Kenya's first low-income I-rate is coming to the market. And we're right here in one of the properties of the proponents that are pushing this I-rate. And we're calling it the Perkin I-rate. This is one of the properties here in the beautiful Ruaka. And they're coming and with as little as 10,000 shillings, you are in. That's the conversation today with the CEO and founder. We shall be chatting how are they planning to democratize real estate ownership. Welcome to the show. This is the Trading Bell. Paul, thank you so much for joining us in the Trading Bell and bringing us here to this amazing Ruaka place.
Thank you so much.
Asante, and you know, first of all, let me start the conversation by letting Kenyans appreciate you, because probably this is the first time they're seeing you. Who is Paul and how long have you been in this market of real estate?
Thank you, Maina.
Yeah.
My name is Paul Ajenga.
Yeah.
I've been in this space for the last 30 years,
yeah,
since I left university. I've been working. I started as a property manager. Then with time, I did my own property, because since I was a child, I was very, very anxious about property. So I'm a trained in economics, but I never did economics. I went to construction. So I have been enjoying this. And I say people should do what they will enjoy best, because it gives you satisfaction.
Lovely.
Yep.
And before we get into what you're about to do in the market of real estate through the I-rate, let me first of all appreciate where we are in Kenya, because we have seen the government is trying as much as possible to do that. Many property coming up even here as we are talking. It means there's a need and a demand. What are you observing? What are you observing? Is it still easier for Kenyans to own something in the real estate?
Yes, through the space we are creating, it is very easy. But in a traditional way, it's very hard for any young man coming to university, like I came to university 30 years ago, and get a plot, then you develop a plot. It calls for a lot of money, which probably most of us, especially the young people, will not have that money.
Absolutely.
But now we are creating a position where you can co-own the property and become a landlord or a landlady with as little as 10,000 shillings.
Wow. I think this is lovely. It's a game changer, and I'm sure you can see this. First of all, where we are standing on one of your properties, because sometimes people have been hit hard in this industry by people who are not as straightforward. Let's first of all appreciate the work you're doing at Perkin and give us a history, because you have been in existence for quite some time. You've done some properties. Could you paint some of the properties you've developed, including the one, because we are at one of them. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Thank you so much. Like I've said, for the last 30 years, we struggled. We've brought up several properties, including this one, and some others in the East Rand, that is pipeline and other areas. And it's not been easy, like everybody else.
Absolutely.
It has not been easy. Walk the bank, get loan, pay back, and go back again. We are known even those institutions because they really come and give us the resources to develop. Then we go back and develop again. And we are really looked at, and they are really chasing us because we've been paying back their money. And it's a business which, like any other business, which is very lucrative. But it is capital intensive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So you got properties, you said in Ruaka, you also have some properties in Pipeline. Lovely. And you want to put up something for the guys, the 10K, 20K, 30K persons who as well own a piece. But just bring us through, because it's always an uphill task to own such. That's the truth. And now you have brought in this I-rate. In fact, before we talk about I-rate, the first I-rate, what is an I-rate? Can you help them understand first? And then we tell them how they can get it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maina. An I-rate is a process. And I-rate for itself is income. Is a real estate investment. Where you come and put in your money. And then you get yield from the rent which is already generated from the house which are already existing.
Absolutely.
So REITs were introduced in Kenya about from 2013. but they've been a very slow uptick because I think the information and education people have not really understood.
Yeah.
But in other different markets like South Africa and other places, it is saying a theme. So it trades more than the stocks because this is a real and touchable things you can see.
Absolutely.
And say I'm getting rent from this.
Yeah.
And when you're passing the road, you can say I own that. I own that house. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. Now let's talk about entry, and thank you for the definitions. Now you've had it's an investment real estate platform for you, and maybe just to help viewers as well, we have D-rate, I-rate. You know, do some homework. You're gonna get to know some work. Now this I-rate, I'll get to earn, and everything else. How do I get in?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I-rate, how you get in is you do trading like any other kind of trading in the Nairobi Stock Exchange.
Yes.
Because we are floating, we are placing an IPO where you come in, buy shares, and we are selling shares at 5 shillings per share.
Yeah.
The minimum you can buy is 2,000 shares, which translates to Kenya shillings, 10,000 shillings.
Yeah.
You need to go open a CDS account.
Yeah.
Once you have a CDS account,
Yeah.
then you put in your money, then you go trade like anybody else. And the counter in the Nairobi Stock Exchange will be opened. You can either sell or you can buy more, and you'll be in trade like anybody else.
Now, this is a game changer because, you know, we are so fond of just trading on companies, listed companies. We are so fond of trading on bonds and the likes, but also in property, you have a chance to also trade because sometimes you want in, you want out, and you can go ahead. Thank you so much for that. Let's talk about what is in the pipeline because you're going to raise money. I don't know what your target is, and in that target, how many properties are you hoping once Kenyans come in to put up?
Thank you so much, Maina. Again, we just putting just a small segment of our property into the scheme, the I-rate scheme, whereby we are floating about 551 units. Translating to about 2 million shares, which we're going to sell at 5 shillings per share. And anybody can come in, buy and trade.
Yes.
Then, like I said, this is a regulated process.
Absolutely.
Because the biggest problem we have is where we've been having problems with unregulated processes.
Yeah.
So we've got in it's a tedious process, and I must confess that it has taken us more than 1 year to be where we are.
Yeah.
Because when we seek the regulation from the regulators, especially the Capital Market Authority, there are so many conditions that we had to look for an engineer to come and establish the structural engineer work and establish the strength and soundness of our building. Then we got a very independent valuer who came in and valued the property. Then we established a trustee who is going to handle the funds which comes in. Then we have a REIT manager who will now be managing the property and will be in charge. And then we have other people like other people in the process. It's a very tedious process, but we still say it is good to do a regulated process where everybody is comfortable. We're not just coming in and get schemas and you're not sure about your money. This is what to put it above board so that everybody can trade like any other listed company. So we want to put this thing into a perspective and in a place where everybody can be able to trade and be comfortable with your money. You invest your money where you can get back your money, and you can come in, you can exit, and you can be happy, and you can wait for yield.
Okay, I love this. Let's talk about why you are so confident that this parking I-rate that will be coming in will be successful. You know, you seem, and I'm sure you have your experience all these years, seen how acquisition of property or ownership or being part of the ecosystem in the property market. You've seen enough. Why are you confident that Kenyans are going to jump in?
Thank you, Maya. I have two issues. Coming from where I came from and when I started this construction business, when I was young, in my 30s, in my 20s, I see how the young men are struggling and also wish to be owners of property.
Wow.
And this is a time we are opening a door for any young man in college.
Yeah.
You just finished school, you just employed.
Come over.
And you just want now to be a property owner.
Yeah.
So we are opening a door.
Yeah.
And I know so many people will come in to knock into and get into the scheme so that they become part of the ownership of the property. And more so because we are regulating it. Like any other estate company in the world, will be there and will be a space where everybody will be happy.
Yeah.
So that is why we are sure, and that's why we took the pain of getting regulators authority, so that we can be in the market and we can get to the space where everybody will come in.
Okay.
So we're expecting a lot of people to come in. Okay. But we are also guaranteeing them that they are coming to a legit thing where they will be happy.
All right, I love that.
They will enjoy.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, Paul, confidence is everything, and people must feel, yes, I'm very confident about that. And thank you so much for that, Carla. But one more thing, people could be concerned. Perkin is doing almost everything. They are the promoters, the managers. And I would want you to also tell us just a little bit on your governance structures, so that people can know we are not just coming to a one-man show place, that there's proper structures that have been put in place. Could you assure us on that?
Thank you for that question. I know that bothers a lot of people in their mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
But us in Pekin, we do it different.
Yeah.
We just a structured company like anybody else.
Okay.
We have a board, a very well constituted board. Okay. Then we have a management team. And I did not tell you we are ISO certified company. Oh. Before we came to this, we are a QMS 9001, and our governance is above board. Yeah. And now that we are regulated, we have brought in more people again. The trustee, the REIT managers, who will now be regulating us. So in terms of now Pekin being the promoter and being the manager, they got the property manager. They got that job in a competitive way. Yeah. Because they are known for the last 30 years to have done a good job. Yeah. So they are just good people working for the scheme. And if they are not performing well, they can be removed. So it's not about Pekin be promoted. They have been given that job competitive.